Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and Real Madrid are on the verge of making their third deal for the summer transfer window. They have already signed Trent Alexander-Arnold on the free from Liverpool. Dean Huijsen is about to join them from Bournemouth next week, and now Alvaro Carreras is their next target. Personal terms have been agreed between Carreras and Real Madrid, and now they are going to go ahead and talk with Benfica regarding the fees. The fee that is being quoted today on the papers by Fabrizio Romano and other reliable Real Madrid journalists is about 50 million euros, which could come down to 40 million euros, and then it depends on like add-on bonuses and stuff. But it's still 50 million euros. I think it's a big fee for a left back. That shows how much the confidence that Real Madrid have in Carreras and that they want to bring him into the club. It has been an interesting sort of window for Real Madrid because still now they have not really gone ahead and signed any attackers. But if you look at the squad that they have, you sort of understand why they are want to bring in defenders as compared to attackers. That the attacking prowess that Real Madrid have currently is quite a lot, if I'm being very honest. And the season, in my opinion, that they were not really able to win a lot of things were because of the problems at the back. I mean, they had so many injuries at the back, and that's why they lost so many games. I mean, if you look at the last 2 or 3 months, majority of their starting the starting defenders were not really available for them to play. So this is why they main concern, their main concentration is towards the defense. They have gotten a right back in Alex Trent. They have gotten a center back in Huijsen, and now they are going for a left back in Carreras. So they basically strengthening the defense to make sure that they don't they don't end up in the same situation like they were this year. And if God forbid for them, like if they are in an injury crisis like they were this year, they don't really have that much problems, and they are able to cope with it. And bringing in players like Huijsen, bringing in players like Carreras and Trent as well. I mean, Trent is not he's about 26 years old. Carreras is 22. Huijsen himself is 26. So they are bringing in young players who can be part of the defense for the next 4 or 5 years. A lot of the defensive players that they have, they have the young players. They need the older players are starting to get on a bit. You have Carvajal, you have Alaba, all of these type of players. They are getting old, so they need the fresh blood to so to say to get in their shoes. And I think all of these players coming in, they are going to come in with a big price tag. But of course, it is Real Madrid. If you are going to go to Real Madrid, you go with a big price tag. You expect that. I think this is it's going to be a really good deal. As I said, the options they have quite a lot in their defensive situation, but I think the thing is, it's going to be a fight between all of these players to get that starting spot. In my opinion, if I am a Real Madrid player, if I am seeing any player who's coming in, and the players who have already been there, because as I said, there were so many injuries, so many players played in so many positions in that defensive area. Xabi Alonso is going to come in and he's going to look at the players and he's going to decide who's going to be my starting left back, who's going to be my 2 center back, and who's going to be my right back. So the fight is going to be there. Of course, I personally think Trent is going to start. I don't think his position is under any threat. And I think Carreras is going to be given that idea as well, that you are going to come in and you are going to be about starting left back. If you are paying about 40 to 50 million euros for a player, you expect him to at least, especially in a defensive position, you expect him to be a starter. If not, straight away, but in a couple of months' time, you really want him to go ahead and be that guy. It is an interesting time at Real Madrid. I mean, there are rumors that Alonso even wants a couple of more midfielders to strengthen that midfield, and the rumor of Rodrigo is still there. So Madrid might end up, buying another winger as well if Rodrigo leaves. But Xabi Alonso's last night's interview, when it was unveiled, was a very telling one. It felt like he doesn't want Rodrigo to leave. So that could be really interesting. And the thing is, Rodrigo's the salary package of Rodrigo is quite high too for a lot of clubs who are interested in him, so that might help Real Madrid in that regard. But bringing in Carreras, I mean, he's a really good player. Going forward, he's very good. He's great on the ball. He's really good in crossing. He's really good in one-to-one, a fight back, one-to-one situations with the winger. So he is that type of Real Madrid's best example is sort of like a Marcelo type of player who's going to be really good at going forward. He's going to score you goals But most probably he's going to create a lot of goals. He's going to be a really, one of those players that can go ahead and he can, whip in those crosses that are going to be really helpful for the people in the box. Players like Mbappe are going to really love him to get those crosses, not only for, for heading wise, but, for the one-touch finishes that Mbappe loves to do when he's in the box. And people like Bellingham who make late runs in the box is going to be really essential in that sort of situation. So I think that is one of those reasons. And then you have that defensive prowess as well. He's really strong as well. It's not, it's not a short, but his physicality is really going to help as well. So it is a really interesting signing, and I think it's sort of a Xabi Alonso type of a signing. That he wants players who are good on the ball, and as I said, he's really good on the ball. He can play a pass, he's really good with his speed. He can find a pass. He's really good. He has that knack of finding passes, and that is going to be really helpful if you are playing in a Xabi Alonso team. If you have watched Leverkusen from the last 2 years, you know the type of players that he wants. He's going to play that a possession-based football, but he wants you to go ahead and press the opposition. And Carrera is one of those players. And you see the player, the reason they are bringing in Højsand, the reason they have brought in Arnold, and now they are bringing in Carreras. All of these players, they have sort of played, they have either played in those type of teams who like to press high and who like to have possession themselves, or they are those types of players that can really adjust quite quickly. So these all three signings, I would not, apart from Arnold, if I'm being honest, the other two signings scream Xabi Alonso. Like, these are the type of players that he would love. I think it has been already agreed. He would have told them that I want these players to come in, and Real Madrid are doing their job. So in terms of that, I think they have got a really great signing. Again, people are going to question 50 million euros for Carreras. I sort of understand he's a left back and whatnot, but I sort of get the idea where they're going. As I said, he's a young player. They want to develop. They want to, they're sort of trying to get in players that can play together for a number of years, and I think that's the plan. Xabi Alonso and I think Florentino Perez is really backing it. They have to sort of build a defense that can last for about 4 or 5 years, like they had before with Carvajal, they had with Ramos, they have with Marcelo. Like, these players played together for a long time. So that's, I think, that the thinking that they want to have. So it will be very, very interesting to see how this works out. I think all of these signings are going to be announced as quickly as June 1st, in my opinion. I think the moment the transfer window opens for the teams who are in the Club World Cup, I think the deals are going to be announced quite quickly, and the paperwork is going to be done. So yeah, I get it. As I said, the deal with the player is already done. The clubs are going to meet today, and I think as by today or tomorrow, it's going to be official that he's going to join them. As I said, for 1st June, I think Real Madrid are going to announce 3 signings at the same time, and they are going to get ready for that Club World Cup. Xabi Alonso wants that, and I think he's gonna get it. So for me, I think it's a really, really great signing. Let me know what you guys think of the signing of Carreras, mostly because the others have already been talked about, but as a whole, those 3 new players coming into Real Madrid, what do you think about that? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers before the Champions League final. About 20 subscribers remaining, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.